So think about what we've done so far today, the opportunity sessions, we've connected, we've heard about great ideas, but let's try and build on this in the final phase of the afternoon. We're going to hear about a vision of tomorrow. What will tomorrow's business look like? I'm delighted to welcome Deb Frodl, Global Executive Director, Ecomagination, GE, who's going to share with us how the necessary business transformation we've all been talking about, those solutions to achieve the SDGs will come from true integration and radical innovation. So, speaking to this title, The Business of Tomorrow, please welcome Deb Frodl.
Good afternoon. This is a really exciting time for companies and organizations that are focused on fostering global growth. As one of the world's leading infrastructure companies, we see the SDGs really pulling together the international community and helping us clarify and identify those opportunities where we can collaborate and joint innovate together to solve some of these tough challenges. So for the last few years, we have been transforming GE into the world-leading digital industrial company. We are marrying up digital solutions with infrastructure across healthcare, water, energy, and transportation sectors. Today, our technology provides 1/3 of the world's electricity, and we recycle over 100 million gallons of water every day. The SDGs, rightly so, focus on infrastructure, energy, water, and just imagine the possibilities when we apply digital, innovation, and partnerships to realize the potential of this moment. Now, digital has been an important part and transformational of all of our personal lives over the last decade. And at the same time, the digital transformation in industry and infrastructure is really at its infancy. But the potential and the opportunity for digital transformation is amazing in the developing countries. It's huge, particularly when you think digital can leapfrog existing approaches where we can design smart systems from the beginning that have sensors and analytics all across the value chain. And digital is going to transform the way we work. Today, in Pakistan, as an example, our technology provides 25% of the country's electricity. Our latest wind project, 50 megawatts of wind, is now enabled with digital capabilities. That is going to allow for incremental efficiency of up to 20%. Amazing. So GE is obsessed with innovation. You don't stay ahead of the curve for 125 years without pushing yourself and really coming up with the next big idea. But the world today has unprecedented global knowledge and interconnectedness where we are increasingly going outside the walls of GE to collaborate to solve tough challenges. In the last 5 years, Ecomagination, we have led 10 open innovation challenges. Last year, we partnered up with Saudi Aramco. We worked on a problem to reduce energy consumption from seawater desalination in Saudi Arabia. Over 75% of the expense of desalination is driven by energy. So we went to the global talent in the world, the entrepreneurs, the academics, the engineers, to help us solve this challenge. Ideas poured in from 32 different countries. Ideas that allowed renewable generation to help us slash costs and reduce the 1 million barrels of oil that are used every single day to power these plants in Saudi Arabia. Last month, we did our first Ecomagination-focused student hackathon. and we used our GE operating system, cloud-based operating system called Predix. We partnered up with California State University system, and students for 30 days worked on these Ecomagination challenges using our Predix platform. The students came to San Francisco, presented their ideas. The Fullerton campus won. They came up with a great app on new ways to track different data sets that would allow us to reduce power consumption on campus. Just imagine the potential when we release the full force of this global talent to build solutions locally on these global platforms. That's how we make this local. We have to give access to these global platforms where we can harness that local knowledge and allow us to go faster. And at the same time, we need the global frameworks in place that allow information and ideas to be shared around the world so we do not stifle innovation. My clicker's not working, so anyways, maybe they can flip the slides for us. One more. So the reality is, we really need the networks and the resources of big companies with scale in order to solve some of these big challenges. Disruption in a sector can happen from anywhere, but when we implement at scale, we will drive transformational change. Last year, Ecomagination partnered up. We launched 8 new partnerships with top companies around the world that spans oil and gas, finance, and retail to deploy solutions around energy, water, and industrial efficiency. Okay, thank you. Industrial efficiency. The shared goal and what we are striving for is to marry up business value while we reduce energy and water consumption while curbing emissions, and as a result, allowing our businesses to grow. The hypothesis is that when you work together, we can solve bigger issues, have bigger opportunities than what we could do alone. Now, it is early days, but we are already seeing the hypothesis prove out. We have now worked on waterless gas development solutions, digital solutions in manufacturing that are improving industrial efficiency. This partnership framework can be used much more broadly across various businesses, across various global challenges. But you have to be committed to that partnership. You have to have shared goals and objectives. You have to have timelines, and of course, a sense of urgency. The SDGs are just a catalyst for us because they're a natural platform. They have already come up with the ideas where companies can bring complementary capabilities together to solve some of these issues. We are very excited about the SDGs and the evolution to create new markets. We see particular potential in both water and energy space. We are partnered up with Total. We are building out a solar gas hybrid system for utility and industrial scale applications in the developing world. We want to create cleaner solutions so our customers can reduce cost and emission. We want to displace the 1,000 gigawatts of diesel generation that are used in industrial processes every day. So we are bringing the best of both organizations together, complementary capabilities. Total brings solar, natural gas, logistics. They operate in 52 of 54 countries in Africa. GE brings a gas engine, energy storage, systems integration, digital commercial customers, and together we are building out an energy as a service model where our customers can pay over time, but they get immediate economic and environmental benefits. So, this is complex, it is challenging, but when we get it right, it will be profound. And it is a real proof point of companies coming together, working on tough challenges at scale. So the emerging markets continue to invest in their industrial sectors, and in many parts of the world, that puts pressure on water. there is water shortage supplies, and we see industrial water growing by over 250% by 2030. Industrial water will be over a third of the global water share in this time frame. The good news is that there are technologies today to help us with water scarcity in the form of water reuse. Water reuse would allow municipal and industrial customers to take advantage of an abundant resource, wastewater. It also allows them to reduce energy as well as expenses when compared to desalination. So water reuse is a terrific promise of really combating water scarcity globally, but today, less than 4% of our water is being reused. So we partnered up with Goldman Sachs and MWH Global to implement end-to-end water reuse projects around the world. This partnership is not about innovation or technology development. The technology is there. We want to scale it. So we're coming up with new financing models. We are also working on social and regulatory acceptance of water reuse together because we believe the market can be much bigger and we can reduce and combat water scarcity. So moments like this really allow us to make progress and innovate. And as the business community's biggest contribution to global development is really around our ability to act quickly, have a bias for action. We can do this because we can. We can run fast because we can. Just think about what we have done in the energy space in the last 10 years. 50% of all new capacity additions that are added today are with renewable technologies. It is because of the relentless focus on innovation and cost by forward-looking companies that this is a reality. So business's approach is not always perfect, none are, but we can run faster. The faster we run, the faster we identify opportunities or pivot to new ideas to tackle some of these challenges. So we see huge potential working together, and we do look forward to probably partnering with many of you in the room in the future. So thank you very much, and look forward to working with some of you in the days ahead.